Now, this is a sad way to, wasn't the last, it's not the last though, but it is a sad way for Wes Craven's career to end. Well, wasn't his last film. It was Scream 4, which I did not like though, but that was the last one we did before he passed away. But that was the last one we did before, but I did not like that film, so, but prior to this, he did this film. And this, to me, this is like, this is the, either the first or the second worst film because, from Wes Craven. Oh, by the way, hey Kyle once again. This is one I wanted to get one more review for Halloween month. I got two when I will be reviewing for Halloween. That's gonna be coming up. That's already I've been pre-recorded, but wanted to get another one in there, and one more in here. So, and yeah, and of course, seeing down a different angle of the room because, like I said, I redesigned my room, so I was from that side. I'm over here now. So you got another whole new angle over here, so you can see more of my little posters, which I'm going to put more on the back wall right here, or a little more down here, so hopefully you see this too. Then I'll do a final detour of the new room, like part 4 of my redesign room, but more on that later. But so we're going to talk about this rant. This film is another it's a god-awful piece of garbage, and it's sad it's from director Wes Craven. My soul to take. Please take my soul so I wouldn't have to watch this film anymore. My soul to take. And now listen, My Soul to Take was from 2010. It was the second last film he did before he did Scream 4, and then he passed away years later. Yeah, so 2 bad films he did before he passed away, and that's sad. This was one of his worst films. I'm sorry. Wes Craven, rest in peace. But this was one of your worst movies. Because other ones I did not care for. I didn't like Scream 4. I didn't like Vampire in Brooklyn. But Scream 4 and Vampire in Brooklyn were not as bad as this film was. The other one I think is one of his worst movies was Cursed. That is one of the worst werewolf movies I've seen. One of the worst. And he directed that film with Jesse Eisenberg and Christina Ricci. That's one of his worst. So it's either Cursed or My Soul to Take. Those are his 2 worst films. This film was forgettable. Let alone confusing. It was confusing the hell out. It confused the hell out of me with this film. And especially essentially now that Wes Craven, he directed something, he produced it, and he also wrote this movie. And this is like the first film he directed, produced, and wrote all 3 since he did Wes Craven's New Nightmare. The New Nightmare film, which from 1994. And I love Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I thought it was another good sequel to the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Where most of them are playing themselves. In a reality and what's not. Seeing Robert Englund, with no makeup on was cool, and Wes Craven himself too. But I enjoyed New Nightmare. But he wrote and produced and wrote in that film as well, and directed too. But that's the first time he hasn't done a film like that since till this one. And My Soul to Take, it was panned by critics as a 10% Rotten Tomatoes, and essentially it was a flop as well. With $25 million budget, it made what, 20-some million, like 20 million most. It was panned by critics, but it was also a flop. And this film was released in 3D. I did not see nothing 3D about this movie. There was nothing in the film that did for the 3D effect. The ambulance flipping over? No. Nothing in this movie caught whatever was supposed to be made in 3D. Nothing. So nothing that I saw was made for 3D. Film was forgettable. It was very confusing. Okay, and it let me still confused. So I don't know what Wes Craven was thinking when he did this film. And it sucks, because like Wes Craven, like I said, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Shocker. I love The People on the Stairs. I love Serpent in the Rainbow. Now, like I said, his first two films, the original Last House on the Left and Hills of Eyes, I'm not fans of. To me, I think the remakes were better, in my opinion. But like I said, I'm not. Although I wasn't a fan of, by respect for Wes Craven, because he was when he was starting out though. But the other films like I love most of the, like I said, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I really enjoyed that sequel. Deadly Friend. I have to rewatch again. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of Vampire in Brooklyn. Cursed, I hated. The Scream movies, I enjoy the first Scream film. Scream 2 was a bit lackluster, but I like Scream 3 better than Scream 2. And I did not like the fourth one. That was, like I said, that was the last film from 2011 he did before he passed away a few years later. And then this one was one of his worst ones, along with Cursed. So this one from 2010 and 2011, and that was it for Wes Craven before he died. So, what the story is, okay, you have to start also with this guy who's a family man. He supposedly has like multiple personalities. And that's to me, this is one thing that those I was getting confused on, because this guy's will have multiple personalities, and he supposedly killed his wife while his wife was pregnant. He has an older daughter, a little girl, little older daughter, but the baby inside the wife was still alive. The cops come in, they shoot him a whole bunch of times. He's still alive. And actually, one of the cops that he also ended up being injured is actually played by Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo, from the Marvel Universe, playing Crossbones, from Winter Soldier and Civil War in the beginning. And, of course, in The Purge 2 and 3. And I like Frank Grillo. He plays a cop in this. He gets injured in the beginning, he gets injured by the killer. And then the paramedics come in, and actually another one, really enough, prior to The Walking Dead, if you remembers, because probably don't remember her in which I don't blame. People probably won't remember her in this movie. Years before The Walking Dead, Danai Gurira, Michonne herself, she plays a paramedic. Yeah, she had this little thing about her beliefs and this sort of voodoo thing. She gets they're in the ambulance, and killer who was still alive despite being shot multiple times, slits her throat, but she's still alive because years later she's still alive. Causes the ambulance to crash. He flies out, and then all of a sudden his body disappears. How his body is not found or anything, we don't explain all that. And then 16 years later, you get these 7 kids that were born the exact same day. Your lead character is Bug, which, okay, yeah, but yeah, I can see that the character did bug me, because that's the other thing with this film. Each of these kids were forgettable. I did not care about any of these kids. Bug played Bug played by Max I mispronounced his name. Okay, whatever. He has a best friend. His best friend is named Alex, played by John Magaro. And you have the one other kid who's blind, played by Denzel Whitaker. Which originally, for the lead character Bug, was actually going to be played by Henry Hopper, who's the son of Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper, one of my favorite actors. Originally his son was going to play the lead of Bug. Now I don't know if he would have made a difference if he was chosen, though. But each of these characters were forgettable. I did not care about any of these characters. But they were the 7 kids that were born the exact same day. And of course, what I said, the film's title was taken from that prayer. You know, now I lay me down to sleep. If I shall die before I wake, I pray the Lord for my soul to take. Which that's what the lead character says. That's the character Bug. He says that prayer in the film, hence the title. Whoop-de-doo. And then for the 16 years of the 7 kids, they gather around this place where like the ambulance crashed to celebrate Ripper Day, because that was the killer's name, Ripper, with like Jack the Ripper. Yeah, but it's just like, why didn't you just go all out and just call it Jack the Ripper? I mean, Ripper seems like a lame name. Why just go out and just call it the new modern Jack the Ripper or something like that? But anyway, yeah, they celebrate. Why would you celebrate celebrate a guy who killed lots of people, including Bug, including like her mother, well, the real mother? I wouldn't care anyway. But they play a joke, you know, dressing up like the Ripper. And then the one kid who's like one of the 7 kids gets stabbed and gets thrown over a bridge. And each one of these kids, they get killed off one by one. The kills are all lame. Most of them is just mostly stab. One gets a throat slit. So the deaths are lame. Kills are lame. Nothing... nothing new, nothing to run home about, basically. And one of the things that left me one of the things that was confusing is that each one of the kids dies, like their soul, for some reason, gets transferred into Bug. And why does he get all the souls? And especially certain skills, like the first kid that died, he's like good at building stuff, and like that kid Bug, he can do that too, like pick up on his skill. Why doesn't the Ripper get the souls when he kills the victims? I mean, why is it Bug who gets all the souls? So stuff like this just let me confusing, it's just confused. Let me dazed and confused, and just to the point I really don't care, because I don't care about any of the characters. I didn't care about any one of them. Story, it was like I said, it was confusing. I mean, Wes Craven's done better. Look at all the work he's done before. He can do better. He made stuff that would make sense and not less confusing. I don't know what happened with Wes Craven when he made this film. Although he says even despite the negative feedback, he says he's proud of the movie. I mean, well, it's his film. Of course, he should be proud of his own work, but he says, when you do a film like My Soul to Take, people think it sucks. That hurts. We put a lot of work into it, and it's a good film, but you go on. Yeah, but the thing is, so Wes Craven, rest in peace. I mean, of course, it's your own film. You can call it it's a good film in your eyes because you made the movie. Of course, you should feel proud of your own work. But the thing is, though, you say it hurts when you think a film sucks because it does suck. I'm sorry, because what good a film did you think you were making? Because the film was, like I said, the whole plot was confusing with your villains, with the villain and the souls, and why is the lead guy, he's the one who gets the souls, and what? I mean, you can say it's a good film you want, Wes Craven, but I don't get it. To me, it was a very confusing movie, let alone it was boring, forgettable. Like I said, plot confusing, characters I don't care about. See, I think Wes Craven's haunts me right now because he just made this roll on its own. In case you're wondering, not only this, but cookies as well. I guess Wes Craven must be watching me right now because he made this thing roll on its own now. Maybe he doesn't want me to talk shit about his own film. I'm sorry, Wes Craven. But I'm sorry. I'm not afraid to voice my own opinion about your movie. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry. I'm sure you want to take. Well, you want my soul to take now? I mean, I don't mean to disrespect the guy, but I mean, he's done much better work. It's me, like I say, it's one of his worst movies. And what else? I mean, like I said, Frank Grillo, he's now a detective. Danai, Michonne from Walking Dead, she's still a paramedic, investigating the death of the first kid. He'll pop up. Frank Grillo pops up once in a blue moon, and then towards the end of the movie, sadly, he gets killed. He gets stabbed in the back. Not a graphic death. Just, killer comes up behind, just stabs in the back. That's it. No bloody or anything. So that was even a lame death for Frank Grillo. And Danai, she just disappears afterwards. And then the reveal is actually the big reveal. I'm sorry, it's his best friend Alex. He did this because I guess he was being controlled by the Ripper. Like I said, the whole thing with the personality thing. I mean, because like the beginning, the guy was like listening to the voices. I mean, so why did the Ripper just go into his body all this time? And why did he need to wear the costume to kill people to resemble the Ripper? Why did he need to wear a costume? I think it also pulled the Michael Myers thing where the sister, I think she saw him outside before he popped in, and it disappeared. And then he pops in, and it's just like I said. I was very confused with this film. Like I said, so all the other kids died except for those two. Like I said, the Alex kid, he's the one who's been taken over by the Ripper. Why he needed the costume to do it, I have no idea why. And eventually, Bug kills his best friend, and now his soul is now free, and I guess now is in Bug now. So it's just this very lame death, like I said, and then everything just. Then he goes and lives happy ever after. At this point, I don't care right now. I need to stay awake. I'm just gonna falling asleep, and then Wes Craven's gonna come to haunt me again. He tried stopping me already. Like I said, I mean, I don't disrespect Wes Craven. I mean, rest in peace to the guy, but this film was just forgettable. Like I said, it's boring, forgettable, lame plot, lame characters I don't care about. The score did nothing. It was an easily forgettable score. Could barely remember a thing about the score. No scares, no suspense, no chills. I mean, Frank Grillo guy, his death was lame. It was this a non-graphic stab in the back. Waste of Frank Grillo. Him investigating all this time, and all of a sudden he just dies like that. Lame. And like I said, the lead, I didn't care about any of the characters, not even the lead guy. So yeah, Wes Craven, he directed, he produced it, and also he wrote this film. Sorry, Wes Craven. You can feel free to be proud of your own movie all you want, though. But to me, I'm sorry, your film sucked. And even though he says it hurts when people say it suck, I'm sorry. To me, it does suck. I don't know say what good movie you think you made, but I call it as I see it. In my eyes, and with my mind, and also in my opinion, I'm sorry, your film sucked. I'll just stick to watching your good films that you made. I'll rather watch Nightmare on Elm Street, even New Nightmare that you also did. Shocker. I love Shocker. I love People on the Stairs. Serpent and the Rainbow. But in Scream, and then Scream 2. I rather watch Scream 2 is lackluster, but I rather watch that than this. I watched Scream 3. I'm not a fan of Scream 4 either, but I rather watch that than this. Although I say Scream 4, I'll probably say is the worst in the franchise. But I'm not a fan of Vampire. I'm not a fan of Vampire in Brooklyn. And I hated Cursed. It's one of the worst werewolf movies. I hated Cursed. But this film sucked. I'm sorry. Yeah, and although I don't have the DVD with me because, like I said before, we're moving all stuff out of my room. All my shelves are downstairs. They're all piled up, so I can't get to it. So, oh well. I guess I don't get to throw it or slam it against the desk or against my head. Guess I can't do that. But even I still had it. Here. Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay, here. Say this envelope right here. This is the DVD. Here's what it is. There you go. There you go. Here's my soul to take. This piece of paper right there. There's what I think of the film. Nothing more I could say. Hated this movie. One of Craven's worst movies with this and Cursed. Those are the two of his easily worst movies. But, like I said, if anyone is a fan of this, be my guest. But I'm sure that 90% of people don't like this movie either. So I'm not alone in that. But anyway, that's my review for My Soul to Take. Please don't take my soul for not liking this movie. God forbid. Sorry. If I offend you, Wes Craven, I'm sorry. You tried to scare me by moving this on my own. But I don't think you're gonna take me while I'm asleep. So anyway, that's my rant on My Soul to Take. Not for me. It sucked. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the last reviews for Halloween month. Later.